Yo, yo. What's good, y'all? It's been a minute, been a minute. Just give me a little bit. Hope y'all doing well, though. Just give me a few minutes to use the restroom, and then we'll be getting started. What's good? Oh shoot. Bless me. Bless me. Ooh. Hope y'all been good. The world is playing. I don't know what this is. There we go. All right. Like I said in the time, we're going to be doing some Zenless. But we're also going to be doing some EVO watch partying. Which we're about to start that right now. Because there's a panel going on for EVO. For some fighting games and stuff that I'm really excited for. So I want to look at them. And hope y'all want to watch it too. What's good, Sock? What it do? What it do? You know, basically nothing about EVO. Got you. It's literally just a fighting game convention. Basically, well, it's a fighting game tournament. That's like, it's a convention now, though. It's the biggest fighting game tournament of the year, where everybody travels from across the world to compete. And normally the biggest 8 games of the year. But lately, a lot of companies and stuff come over to showcase new fighting games and stuff coming out for the year. So this year's been really big for tag games. We got this one, Invincible Versus. We got Marvel Tokon, which people started playing today at the convention and yesterday. 2XKO, the League of Legends fighting game. So on and so forth. What games are you interested in, EVO? For the ones that's people that's playing, I'm excited to watch the... even though it's a rough game, Mortal Kombat 1 tournament. I think that's going on right now. I'm mostly here to watch a lot of the panels. They're doing a panel for Invincible Versus and Marvel Tokon. Those are both today. But Marvel Tokon one is like 3 hours from now. I know. But your boy's really big in the fighting game, so.
Hello, EVO. Hope your Vegas has been going well. Thank you for stopping by. Everyone in the audience, the millions watching on live stream, thank you so much for being with us. So, for Skybound and Quarter Up, this is the Invincible Versus panel at EVO. And me, I'm Jeff Landa. I'm the community director here, joined by...
You also, I got a second channel too that cover fighting games, so this
rotate the entire team in for the rest
normally
of the
big for me to do.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm going to just start by introducing our actual panel as soon as this clicker works. Or next slide. Hey, there you go. So one by one, just real quickly, name, title, and some cool projects you've worked on, just to give an idea to the crowd what you've done. Who wants to go first? Dave, you go first.
No way.
Oh my God.
I'll go first. I see my face. Mike Willett. I'm the executive producer on Invincible Versus. You may have remembered me. As the producer on Killer Instinct in 2013 at Double Helix Games. I was also the announcer in that game and the voice of Jago.
Do the voice.
Which one? In the cooking. You didn't know that?
I love fighting game people.
Popcorn here. Don, please go.
Don Waters, animation director on Invincible Versus. I was also the animation lead on Killer Instinct 2013. Loved working on that. Love to be here at EVO. Thanks for coming to check us out.
All right, Dave.
Dave Hall, game director on Invincible Versus. And on 2013, I was the lead combat designer on Killer Instinct.
Dan?
Wait, Rip is a combat designer? Yeah.
Art director. I was not part of the
This might be
experience
embarrassing, but the
game,
last
so I
fighting
don't
game
think
I
found
was
it
like
all,
slight
by the
decent
way.
was at Jump Force.
But,
At some point, my
but
thumbs
yeah,
just stopped
I'm
working,
happy to
dog.
back working
It's
on
all
this
good.
game with this super talented,
I know a lot of people are very like
thanks for showing up.
Hey.
minuscule,
Check
well,
out
not
this
super
man's
big into fighting
Instagram.
games because they're
I
pretty
guarantee
niche.
you've seen work he's done before.
But I play them all.
It's all
I play fighting
about
games. I
content.
play arena fighters. This is what Jump Force is considered arena fighter.
All right. Nice to
Anime
meet y'all.
fighting
I'm Bill,
games.
the
Like
tech
I just bought the
director
new
here on
Demon Slayer
Invincible
game,
Versus.
so I've been playing
I
that.
also didn't work on Killer Instinct, but I was at Double Helix for a long time. A lot of fond years there. Worked on Evolve.
My
World,
interests
like,
for
other
this
projects.
EVO are Tokon,
happy to
Rivals
be
of
here.
Ether, and
Good to see
Grand
everybody.
Blue. Sox, you into Rivals? Oh, did you see Sock, you missed it. They're doing EX versions of Grand Blue characters. So there's going to be new versions of Grand, Vegeta, and I think Narmaya.
I guess it was a
And they're gonna
series.
be like they're gonna have like new move sets.
But yeah,
Making broken characters.
All
Broken
of-
good.
yeah. If there was a broken character, that was probably me. Yeah, I got shit for that, but you're welcome.
Yeah, they're gonna be new versions of
And
them.
I am Rip, senior combat designer for Quarter Up, and for Killer
I don't know if it's
Instinct,
just gonna be
I was
those
out there.
three
That
or if
kinda
just
counts for
them
something,
three to
right?
start.
All these guys out
But
there
I
that
saw
are-
my homie, he
most
plays
of you
Grand
guys
Blue, and he
probably know me from
tweeted that
here
out.
at EVO for Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat or similar, and now I'm a senior combat designer on a fighting game, so it's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first game
So
Rip
that's-
is
those are
working
our
on though.
panelists. Let's actually figure out who Quarter Up is, though, as a next slide, as a studio.
Yeah,
Brand
Mr.
new
Rivals just got
studio.
introduced to
I
it.
know
My
it's in the comments.
this is in my
Don't just
Discord
be
name
out there, just kind of prove that. But there's
Mule.
more to that story. Tell us.
He's really
what you've
big
been
into
doing since then,
platformers, and
how
he's been playing a
the
lot of
Quarter Up story
Rivals.
came to be. Mike, you can tell us better than anybody else, so I'm going to start with you.
So I'm going to take you back in time, probably 13-ish years now. It's been a long time. So when we had shipped KI in 2013, Double Helix Studios got acquired by Amazon. And it was bittersweet because we
Smashes
were
that
so
scratch,
excited to finally
scratches
get
that smash
everything,
it without
you know,
giving
out
it to
the
them my
world and
money.
play it with
I
everybody.
feel it.
But then as soon
Like
as we
my
did it, we
homie,
had to let it
Yaya.
go. And a
He loves
lot of us
platformers,
still
but he
carry
doesn't.
that
He's not
torch, and we
really big
really
into
wanted to
Smash
get
anymore
back
right
into
now.
Fighting games and combat games, and so a lot of us went different directions. Some people went to Sony, some people went to other studios, some people remained in Amazon. After shipping a couple titles there, I really had the itch, and I really wanted to get back to what we were passionate about.
I know we're
And that
supposed
was
to get
fighting
Will in
games,
this
getting back to
gameplay.
this
He's
community,
playable
this
at EVO. His
opportunity.
trailer
And
doesn't
so I
release
reached
till
out to a couple
tomorrow
people.
though.
I'm like, hey, if I started something, would you be interested in coming on board? And most of them were like, fuck yeah, like just tell me when and where. And so I had contacted some people, and at the time I had contacted Patrick Gilmore, and I'm like, hey, I want to start up another studio. And he's like, let me get back to you in 2 months. 2 months passed. He got back in touch with me and basically said, Mike, how would you like to pitch for a studio and a game at Skybound? And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And he's like, what is the first game you want to do? And I'm like, I want to do an invincible fighting game. I want to do a tag battle fighting game. 'Cause, and really, like our charter and our vision is
I'm out
we
of
wanna
loop of
make
Invincible
every player
popularity,
look
wonder
and
how
feel
it'll
like a
do.
badass.
From my understanding, it's
Seems like
pretty
combat,
popular.
passion,
I watch it.
presentation,
I haven't watched the
and we
last
wanna be
season,
at
but
the dead center of that, and we want to work with all
I
of you to make
understand it's
something
pretty
special and
popular.
lasting.
At least in America.
You can see people in the
But I
picture.
don't know how big that
We
scope
might be much
goes. But I
older
do know
now
a lot
with
of people
live
know
stream,
about
but
it,
we-
and the show
we
does
wanna
really
get back
well
to that.
for the
love
most part.
Community, and we want to be a part of this for years to come. So that's really the genesis of Quarter Up, is getting back here.
But it's not just KI.
Not just
Former
KI.
KI. There's
A
some
lot
new,
of- there's new blood like
Right.
Dan.
So there's
and Bill
Rip, the most obvious
and
new
Rip.
face. Dave or Bao, tell the story about how you found Rip and managed to get him to join the team. Then Rip, I'd love your take too.
Oh, well, when we were starting to get software off the ground, some solid prototypes, we're like, hey, who are a lot of the people that we talked to that gave us like really valuable feedback that were highly trusted and friends of ours? And I'm like, what if I invite Rip over? I'm just gonna send him a DM. So I invited Rip over to my house. So I had to tell the wife and kids to split for a minute and hide the dogs, and Dave was over, and we anxiously waited for Rip to arrive. And I'd hooked up my PC to the TV in my office, and he walked in and he goes, hey, what are we doing? What? I'll let you take her there.
No, yeah, that's what happened. I saw the TV, I saw Invincible, I was like, oh shit.
I did see the first season was pretty
Let's
good.
go,
Yeah.
right? But at the
What
time,
season are they on? I think they're on season
guys
3
Killer Instinct and
or something
Breakaway.
like that.
So I was expecting something that was like really close to being done. So when I first saw the game, I was like, oh, they're in trouble, you know. But then afterwards, I saw everything come together. I was like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be dope. So obviously, that's when I wanted to be involved in the project itself too.
Was there any hesitation at all of like bringing in someone that hasn't done traditional dev, or was it like instantly, yeah?
No, because the way Rip thinks is like a designer. Like the way that he thinks about player interactions, what's fun, what's not fun, and then also being so involved in like data and like Rip, you have like an engineering background, right?
I have a computer science degree, so I actually went to school wanting to be a game developer way back in the day. So I got my computer science degree, I went off and did like really boring programming. I was like, this sucks. So then I thought that was my life. I was a commentator for a long time, and when I was a KI actually, doing the strategy guide, I kind of had the idea of like maybe I should get into this, but I still never submitted a resume or anything. And there was Bao who actually DM'd me for this, and I was like, what is this job thing? 'Cause that sounds like me. And then he was like, do you have any experience? And I was like, no, but I know how to program, basically. And so yeah.
I work with Rip all the time. Yeah, and he's a great asset to the team. You know, I mean, he knows fighting games. It's in his blood. It's in his bones, like the rest of us. And you know, he's a great designer as well. And just having the chops, the computer science. So he's
Let's slow.
And we worked with Rip for years. You know, KI. You did some testing at Breakaway. Yeah, you called Breakaway. We did. He worked with us on stuff at Amazon, and so and also.
I don't know if we want to watch this whole thing,
But
I do hope they get into like some details.
Yeah, exactly. And we've always made combat games.
And we might not be streaming super long tonight, just because I'm not gonna lie, I am a little tired.
So, and that's why I love
I'm actually like
guys
pretty
now.
drained,
When they
a little
first
bit.
called me up, Mike called me up
But
and said, "Hey, we're getting the
we're gonna
band
try to
back
stream as
together."
much as we
First name
can.
in my head was Bao, you know, and they were already talking about, of course. And then when I saw Dave was on the call, and I was like, this is easy. I don't even care what we're making. We're just working on fighting games again. That's all I know. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this.
Rip, one more question for you on the studio, and we'll talk about the build. I know we've chatted before about that moment when you like realized how different the dev side is. You know, kind of analyzing games and doing content for so long. Can you discuss that moment for you? What it was like discovering was, you know, having an idea in your head and actually putting it in the game?
You talking about the process of creating something versus just playing something?
Versus like what you understood before. You
Oh
joined.
yeah, I mean, I understood, you know, frame data. I understood, you know, hitboxes and hurtboxes, but how they were all implemented in the engine was a process to learn. But then on the design side, like coming up with the kit for the character, and then how that runs through the animation team to actually decide what those moves look like and get that all polished to be what it is, and then plug that into the engine. Learning that entire process was like really fun and challenging for me. And I'm one of those kind of people who really likes a challenge. So it feels like everything I've done so far has been extra challenging. So, you know, I kind of want to take a little break and like do something simple next time maybe.
Awesome. That's the team. We're going to keep telling some stories, but let's get right into the build that players can play right now or have played already.
All right, there we go.
So we have 6 characters here. We have 3 stages. It's a best of 3 local versus matched. You're going to play all 3 matches if you go to our booth. We're supporting pad, stick, leverless. Let's start with the characters, though. Probably just Invincible because we can't go through every single one. But I'd love if you can share that process of grabbing the source material. So maybe this question for you, Dan, Dawn, on the animation side. Taking the source material, having the kit that you want to build, and then making them come together. What does that step 1 look like?
Yeah, I can go. I think when it came to the art style, or
I think you know what we're gonna do.
how we're gonna depict
We're gonna
the
watch
characters,
this, right? But we're going
what
to
we call foundational stage.
play the
Where we
game
look
at the
characters,
same time.
source
So
material,
I'm going
and then we
to
think, what does the interpretive process entail, right? Like, how do we make it fit the game that we're making?
make this
while
mini
also being true to what Invincible is all about.
while we boot up
So,
Zenless
you
at
know,
the
we
same
went
time.
Through a couple of different iterations, and okay, do we want to go realistic? Probably not the right fit for the IP. Do we want to go hyper tune shaded? That's a possibility. Ultimately, we landed on what we have right now, which is a bit of a hybrid. It's hyper stylized, but also it's very bold and striking. And I think that thought process about the characters, it's not only about the art style, right? These guys, whenever they're starting a new, like what we call design document, it's okay, how can we sort of channel their personality through the stuff like moves, the taunts, intros, outros, VO lines, right? When you get to that character-specific interaction. So throughout the entire process when we're creating a new character, we keep that in mind about, okay, how can we make that an extension of what you know of the character, but one that players are actually going to be able to interact with. And I think that's something that you haven't, the show and the comics haven't been able to do because of the medium.
Don, was Invincible the first person you worked on?
Yeah, Invincible was the very first, and it's like you usually don't want to start with your marquee character in any project, but it was kind of like our proving ground, and it's like Invincible's iconic, it's the name of the show, it's in the game name as well, so we started with him, but I think the important thing, and the way that we maybe work from different other developers is like we're super collaborative. The idea wins. That's the way we work. We're like zero ego. We tell people when we interview them too, it's like, if you got a major ego, you're probably not going to fit in here. And so it's really just about like what is the best idea, and then what works. And then Mark, there was a lot of work, and like again, because he's kind of like our base character, he's our entry character, he's a bit rushed down. And then it was like, so how do you fit within the fighting game? Like Dan was saying, his name is Dan. As Dan was saying, how do you fit within a fighting game, but also how do we stay true to the character? And so a lot of this is research, watching the show, of course, reading the comic, and then capturing. There's so many great poses, so much great reference. I've never had so much great reference in a game that I ever worked on. And so it's really like finding iconic poses of Mark, and it's like you may not remember exactly where you saw that pose or that moment, but a lot of it's captured from the show, from the comic, and that way it feels like that character, even though it's in the confines of a fighting game. So we've done that with all the characters, right? Where it's like Eve's a zoner, but it's like how does Eve as a zoner, how is she going to move into the show, and then what callbacks can we have to the show and the comic? And it's been an awesome challenge so far.
How many times have you watched the episodes over and over again?
It's so the whole show at least twice through, and then it's a lot of clips.
You have an actual answer at this is great.
Oh yeah. No, I mean reference is huge. Reference is huge in animation in general, and especially with an IP, right, where it's like we respect the IP, we respect fighting games, we respect you folks. We want to make sure that it's like when you pick up our game and you start playing it, you feel the Invincible part of it, but you also feel the fighting game roots and the accessibility, but also the deep systems as well. It's like we're very cognizant of everything, and we're all fight game guys. Like we love fighting games. I've worked on fighting games since KI, a lot of combat, but it feels so great to be back here working on this IP with this team again, and the new blood we got, and to be at EVO. I mean, come on, this is amazing.
I don't know if it's a game director question, but obviously you're going to do Invincible, but do you get to choose who the rest are?
Absolutely not.
Who gets to pick? Is it I'm guessing a team choice? Is it?
It's it's basically up to the executive producer who we're going to be doing, and it's up to the fans too, like who they want to see. There's something we always focused on. The most famous characters we're going to start out with first. So yeah, we don't really choose. Well, we chose.
Really?
It's a negotiation.
It is a negotiation, yeah. And we want to make sure the characters are different enough in their style so that the play styles can really match the unique characters.
It's usually they suggest a character and I push back. That's usually what
What's good, Ordix?
And then I have to tie break.
So we're going to break down Rex and Beast more later on, but real quick, are there
Which game is playing at EVO right now?
Right now
I think they're doing raid games right now. There's a bunch of games going right now, but on the main screen they're doing panels. And this is for the new Invincible Versus game coming out. So the dev team is talking about the upcoming game.
Beast and Dula, I think, are really strong for beginning players.
It depends on your flavor too, like what you're actually looking for. Like Invincible is definitely the most dynamic character we have. Bulletproof has the most mix-up options. Dula is just gonna fuck with people at different ranges, and she's got like the yo-yo combo. She's got a lot of stuff to mess with. Rex is mean. He hurts people's feelings. A lot of projectiles, traps, a lot of mobility.
Q's cut the title card. I gotta watch the new season. This all reminds me that I gotta watch the new season.
Synergy is a huge part of that.
Yeah, I would say Beast is a good anchor character. He can come in and deliver damage. You don't start with him, you start with somebody else. Get in fast like Mark or Bulletproof. But
and y'all let me know if the audio of the game and this being on at the same time feels weird.
So without referencing the characters you're currently working on, from this roster, who was the easiest to get to, like, oh, this feels really good?
Oh, we have, what's
to,
the
like,
name?
The most complicated.
Let Dave
Double
answer.
drops.
Well, you know, we started with Invincible, and that took us quite a while to get to that one, but I don't know, maybe Battle Beast, he came together pretty quickly.
Battle Beast was the most straightforward because he just hits people in the face with his mace. Like he's got armor, he just blasts through stuff. To Dave's point, Invincible was the most complex. Like it's the most difficult because he's the starting point, and we have to make sure we have a solid foundation for him. And because he's a balanced character, we're trying to see what that means for our game. Like, because that could mean different things depending on the context of what you're trying to do. And Invincible, because he's so dynamic, like we had to figure out how far we need to push things to really, really get the character to really express what it means to be an Invincible character in our game.
And I would say Thula for animation. I gotta give a call
I
to
bet
the
give some
Thula's
some
really difficult because
snacks.
of the hair braid. It's a really cool thing, but we don't use mocap. This is all hand keyed. We're very passionate about hand keyed animation. All that stuff that she does is hand keyed. Her hair braid, all that stuff. Again, all the S curves, all the beautiful motion. It's all done by hand. And so she was really difficult for animation, but also a great challenge. We're really happy with the way she turned out. She's a great character. She animates great. And you know, as somebody without hair, seeing somebody that has hair with a blade at the end is pretty incredible.
You have facial hair now. That counts.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna actually mention something that's not something you can experience here, but we're definitely working on it. Bill, tell us about rollback and why it's so important. Okay. And is this game gonna have rollback netcode?
That's a yes. It's a hard yes. I know rollback networking is kind of a foregone conclusion. This project, I'd say before it even began, right? It was in that original pitch doc that Mike talked about a minute ago. And it's worth mentioning, like the KI team had rollback, really solid networking, all that knowledge. Our online lead, Brandon, on that project, carried that knowledge forward to Invincible. All the tech rebuilt from the ground up for Invincible versus. So it's like, I mean, it's integral to like how we build a game, our tools, how we test. Because you know, rollback, it's not easy, right? It depends on a lot of other things to be in place technically, like determinism, and it's got to be perfect. So it was one of the biggest pieces of tech that was invested on in the project at the very beginning. So it wasn't something we tacked on later, it was the foundation.
I think it's also worth mentioning, and people might not realize, like, we're a remote team. Like, we're not in an office together very often, if at all. So we're dependent on rollback netcode just so we can play together. So all the stuff you're experiencing or will experience, we're doing it in order to just build the game. So that's why it's critical that online works day one. Actually, before day one.
It affects a lot, like as a team, like on the programming side or the technical side, tools, iteration time, all that stuff. We have a really technical design team. Like they can get their hands, like the way we've built our foundation for how everything is implemented in the game. You guys have tons of flexibility, power, control over everything. And it's a lot of complexity, and the team they just pick it up and go. Like it's a really sharp, technical team, but they're super demanding. You know, shit's gotta work fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't be stopping the game to go tune something. Like everything's gotta be live, sub-second, all the time, and so that was, I don't know, it's another big part of how the team works, and when we're remote, it's all that much more important. We can't go walk over to somebody's desk to fix a problem. It's just got to be quick all the time. So,
awesome. We'll come back to some gameplay for Battle Beast and Rex, but let's look at the controls. So before we go and talk about controls, in case you missed Maximilian Dude's stream, we already announced that we're going to support motion inputs. So yes, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're not playable now on the show floor, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. This is still incredibly fun, especially for me. I'm not very good at motion. But let's talk about the layout for a tag fighter, some complexities there, all the stuff you want to do with the characters, how you reached the inputs here.
So we actually started gamepad focused. We wanted to make sure that everyone who had a console would be able to play with a gamepad and get right into it. The big impetus for us, like, we always wanted to touch on motion inputs, but seeing like the the reaction and the importance of it, we pushed it ahead and we're like, oh no, this is super important. So that's why we're announcing it here. Unfortunately, because of like the timing of getting everything done, we weren't able to have it on the show floor for everybody, but it's actively being worked on. The biggest things that we needed to make sure is that whether you're playing standard or motion, that you wouldn't get any desyncs online. We make sure all the UX is updated. That's so you know exactly what your inputs are per character. So all that kind of, you know, busy work and grunt work, but just to make sure all of it feels really, really good when you pick up and play it. So it doesn't matter if you're using a motion input, if you're using standard input, the game should always feel great when you play it.
And you can remap it however you want, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
whether
Okay.
in either style, you can remap it to the way that you like to play.
Yeah.
I think an important thing to bring up too is like feedback is really important to us. We work with the FGC all the time, and it's like we kind of go, we're saying to everybody here, like, we heard you, motion inputs, you know what I mean? So it just made sense to put them in. We wanted them too.
Yeah, and
you know,
when
we're fight game guys,
I
but
was
we
gonna
do. We love feedback. We love hearing it, and you know, yeah. Sorry,
Yes,
what were you
Rip.
gonna say?
I was talking over you. I was gonna say, I remember when I first tried the game at your house even, it was motion input. So, you know, it kind of went away for a minute. And I think the biggest response I saw online about the simpler inputs for like the controller was just 8 buttons, right? So even when I was like developing and we were like when I tried on a stick, for me, I prefer 6 buttons, right? So going to 8 always felt kind of awkward to me no matter what kind of stick peripheral I used. So once we got the motion controls back in and went back down to 6 buttons, everything just felt way better for me.
But if you do not like motion, you like standard, this is what you're going to play here. I think that's and it's fantastic. I love it. What I was asking first was the thought process behind the standard layout. Like, all the things you want to do in the game, like how did you, like where do you start? You just look at a controller and like, oh shit, we got to do all this stuff. Like,
Well, it comes back to gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, so ergonomics and layout is it's a huge chore, honestly, because it takes a lot to work through. Finger positioning, like what makes sense for chords, like multiple button presses, how you're gonna plank, like groupings are a big part of it as well. So one of the interesting things that happened when we did go to motion inputs is we actually went from 8 buttons and we managed to simplify it or streamline it down to 5. But that felt off, and one of the things we did get from feedback was having dash as one of the options, as one of the buttons, was a good include. So we're like, okay, cool, like let's figure out where that lands. But honestly, it is an ongoing process. It's very iterative, and a lot of times, like Don and everybody's been mentioning, we work through a lot of this process with our focus tests, you know, with our FGC and stuff like that too. And to be perfectly honest, we start off with like a lot of crazy ideas just to see what sticks, and we focus in on what is really resonating. We're like, cool, that's the basis. We start from there, and then everything else works itself out. And then, like I said, we just test, and we land on like what's the best feeling layout.
I believe we got to go to break, but next topic will be the actual defensive, offensive mechanics. So we'll pick up there. We'll come back.
Thank you so much. This panel has been absolutely amazing so far. If you've been enjoying it, then stick around, because right after this break, we're coming straight back to the panel and talking more about Invincible Versus.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat.
Flawless victory.
And welcome back to the Invincible Versus panel here at EVO 2025. We've seen some amazing stuff, but trust me guys, there's a whole lot more on the way. So let's go ahead and hop right into it.
Hello again. We couldn't afford Dwayne Johnson, so I'm Jeff here with everyone from Corner Up. Okay, so we were talking about the layout, but let's talk about the real meat potatoes. The next slide, which is our, there you go, the offensive and defensive mechanics. So it looks like a lot. We're not going to go over each. It's better to experience this on the, yeah, that's fair.
Don't sugarcoat it. It's a lot.
I'm going to say it's better to experience this on the floor, but I do want to pick their brains about how they figured this stuff out. Some of the most important ones, things to maybe try first, or what you consider advanced. So let's dig into the offense, yeah?
Well, I don't want to come at it strictly from like the high level stuff first. I kind of want to start with the foundation. Like, we learned a lot during the development of Killer Instinct, understanding the foundations, how movement is so important, especially when we talk about character expression, player expression, and so on and so forth. You know, you could always tell a high-level player by the way they move, you know, in the middle of the match and stuff too. So a lot of those lessons we use to build the foundation of our systems across the board. And one of the biggest takeaways was trying to figure out how we apply lessons that we learned from a one-on-one fighter, you know, and how it can apply and fit in a 3v3 fighter. Like, that is completely different formula that we're messing with. And as we know, like 3v3 fighters, it's all about the numbers. You want those, you know, high-level combos, you know, see if you can TOD somebody, stuff like that, see if how you can convert things, how you OTG, like all that stuff. So, you know, one of the biggest takeaways we learned from Killer Instinct was how interesting the two-way interactions were for that system. And we wanted to see if we can find natural and organic ways to include some of those two-way interactions. So it's not just a, hey, you hit me, I have to watch you do this combo and wait for you to drop or, you know, finish it off. We want players to be invested in the sequence throughout, you know, all multiple different stages of the combo. So we've hit a nice sweet spot with the inclusion of the mechanics that we have. But to pick up and play, we wanted to make sure that the accessibility part was there, and it's just, you could feel it across the board. You could just pick it up, have fun, move the character, run around all over the place, launching characters, and just like have a blast with feeling like a superhero and such too. So I don't know if Dave wants to lean into any of this stuff, or
maybe just pick one, or if you to talk about.
Sure, I guess I can jump in for you. So yeah, I mean, we want to have our two-way interaction. That's one of our favorite things we have in our game, and so we approach that from the 3v3 perspective. Obviously, we've decided one of the big ones we put in there was an assist burst. It's probably written on there. I can't read it. Maybe it says assist breaker. But basically, it's like bringing in your assist to come knock you out, you know, get you out of the combo, right? So, but there's a lot of different interactions with that. There's timers, there's cooldowns, there's boost meter, all sorts of things. And there's some other good ones, and Rip can go into them.
Wow. I was going to say that if you look at this, there's a lot of words on the offensive side, but 3 of them are just how to use assists, and then 3 of them just your active tag. So it's actually a lot simpler than it looks, right? But I think offense and defense in our game, it's obviously a very big part. The speed of the game really lends towards offense, but then we have defensive mechanics like heroic strike, which is basically like an alpha counter. You block something, you can retaliate with the heroic strike. It does cost some of your boost resource to do that. But the cool thing is that you can actually active tag off of it, right? So it really amplifies the amount of stuff you can do defensively in the game to get yourself out of bad situations. So whether it's push block or heroic strike or assist breaker or even counter tag, you have a lot of ways to get out of situations in this game.
Yeah, with our KI DNA, we're going to have a breaker. We're going to have a breaker somewhere in our game, or a few, so we had to have some of that.
But I think the interesting for me, like especially when we started to play it, was it's not just stopping the action, but having this ebb and flow. So if you're in a block string, you have opportunities to push block and retaliate with a super, but also you can do a heroic strike and lead back into an active tag, which can also lead to another breaker or a counter tag, and all of a sudden you can get all these fast reads and scrambles that make the game feel very fast and very dynamic.
Well, that was one of the biggest takeaways too. Is we didn't want any of these defensive mechanics to be free. There's always mind games. There's always setup. There's always conditioning the opponent. And there's ways to counter or get around them as well. So that's a part of the system that we're trying to set up. On top of that, we really approached this from more of a free-form style of combat. So if you're pressing buttons, stuff's going to hit. So one of the biggest takeaways we got from Killer Instinct was the inclusion of a meter that was our infinite prevention system. It's our combo meter in essence and such. So as you're dealing damage to the opponent, you're increasing this meter. So it's our visual indicator that says, once you get close to the end of this thing, if you keep going, it's gonna pop, that character's gonna fall out. But we have ways to get around that as well. So our boosted specials, our supers, one of the big ones we wanted to include was also our active tags. So actually active tagging your teammate in allows you to reduce that combo meter and extend that combo even further. So there's a lot of layers upon layers of interactions here that you have to play and experience, and there's no one completely necessary system for you to learn right off the bat, but it's something that you can pick up and kind of utilize as you dig more into the systems as a whole.
And this and the combo meter you're mentioning will all make sense once you start getting some matches in. You'll see the combo meter. It's not here, but before we overload the players or the folks in the audience too much, let's just give them some basic tips. So we assembled a few tips once there. Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear it.
Talk through a few of these. Tapping L is my favorite thing to do. Go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, so we went with a with regards to accessibility, similar to some other similar titles. Just tap the light button repeatedly to do a light string followed by a special, and if you actually have enough meter, it'll automatically go into a super.
Just the audio.
We actually allow this to happen in the air as well as on the ground. So if you're just looking to push some buttons and have some cool shit happen, just mash light, just go into it. There's also magic strings and so on and so forth, so just explore the buttons. One of the other things that we also wanted to emphasize
Change
is
a lot,
there's
yeah, I'm a
different
lot.
ways to use
What's good?
your tag and your assist in particular. So tag often, use your assist often. This is a tag fighter, so if you have a character that's low on health, swap them out. You actually replenish your boost meter a lot faster as well. And in addition, like we mentioned before, with regards to the combo meter, active tag is
I'm not even gonna lie.
reduce your combo meter as a whole and keep your combo going. So
I laid down for a
don't
second
don't
to
try
stretch.
to push things too far. If you have a chance to active tag and you're not being predictable, tag your character.
And I fell
and keep
asleep.
things going.
So when in doubt,
For a
mash
second.
light and tag often. But Rip, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the term active tag is a little bit confusing for some people as well. I think in other tag fighters, you can call your assist, and then you can hit the button again to take over that assist position.
I didn't even realize I did.
Exactly, but people get that mixed up between active switch and active tag. So I just wanted to be clear that we don't have that system, right? Where you can do an assist move and then switch to that assist character after they do their assist call. So that's a very different thing, and I think that our game is actually functions completely different because of our active tag system.
It'll make a lot of sense too when you're tapping light and then you do your assist and then it swaps over and then you can repeat that combo and then you're like, okay, this is.
Bro, I almost got most of these freaking gnats on my room. I'm so happy.
Next topic is a quick one.
Had to
but I
make
want to
the-
touch upon it. It's the
temperature in here like
community feedback.
cold as
So
heck.
we've behind the scenes done some play tests with a few faces you might know. One sitting right there. There he is. And they've given us a lot of good feedback on their own. But
Hi, Jeremy.
When we finally reviewed
Hi.
the game, we got a lot of feedback too, even without playing it. So what
Should have
we
done it on
talked
the stream
about
at least. It
is
was
the
supposed
first
to
topic.
happen.
Actually, no. The next topic is actually a new one. If you can go to it. Hey, so we did hear about.
Yes.
Hey, a creator mode would be nice, and we talked about it on Max's stream, but.
Yeah, just to reiterate, I think we're going to put it in our display settings, but it's a content creator mode. So it's.
Let's go.
Yeah. We don't want anyone to get demonetized if they want to create content for the game, so it's just local to your machine. You're welcome. I see you, Michael.
For you.
It basically disables
you.
all the gross shit, right? So the overkills happen. They just
Still trying to
won't
catch
have
up to you?
the
Yeah,
chunks and all
I'ma
the
be
crazy
knocked
stuff
out
or all the
tonight.
crazy blood splatter. There'll still be blood.
Try to
but
catch
it's
up on
not
most
going
of it
to be
tonight, but
the
Tokan got a panel
gratuitous
tonight that I
stuff.
gotta
It's
see,
not gonna be
so I'm gonna have
bones
to
and brain
power
and
through
shit.
that.
So, like, record away. It'll be with the game.
And the goal is local only, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. You won't affect the person you're playing with. They can go ahead and have all of that glorious blood.
Cool. And then the next topic, we talked about, yeah, that's the one.
We talked about it, but at least now they can see it.
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
This was highly requested, so we pushed this forward for motion inputs. And the interesting thing here that we really focused on was the escalation of your inputs. So your specials, your boosted specials,
Oh, they added
your
motion inputs.
supers,
Let's go.
It's you do the inputs, and it escalates like the power. So all your standard specials are using light. All of your boosted specials use medium, and all your supers and your alt will use heavy. And then for boosted dash, it's medium and heavy. For throw, it's light and dash. And for your assist breakers, it's dash and either one of the assists if you have enough meter and you have an assist available. And then I believe it's snapback is heavy and assist too.
And so you've been playing motion inputs with Max today and through our private Discord. So it's still a work in progress, right? It's not final.
Yes. Yes, it's in a prototype, and we're moving our way out of prototype phase, and we love it. We think it's fantastic. We think it's really fast and incredible. So we're going to continue to push on this, and it's going to be in the game. You guys got it.
All right. Oh, it's almost, no? Okay. Let's share some gameplay. Let's dive into Rex, but let's play his trailer first.
Yeah, boy, Rex.
Seriously rethinking my resolution to be a better guy right now. Bring in the heat. Got something for you. Eat it, jerkwad.
What are our motion inputs? So they are. Give me 1 second to explain this. It'll be easier to explain visually. Light generator. What's that? This game? Yeah. Also, generator Rex. If as you know that hold it. We're gonna love generator Rex. But
Jeff, just to be clear, there is no
motion
content
inputs.
filter for Rex alts.
Motion inputs are when doing like I'm pretty sure you heard of Street Fighter maybe, and then the main character Ryu, he does like a fireball. It's like motion inputs are you doing a motion. What they were developed to create a motion that similarly replicates what the move does, and it essentially adds execution and depth to fighting games. And so, for instance, a fireball motion would be down, and then quarter circle forward. Or a Tatsu, which is like spinning kick, to be down and quarter circle back. Some motions are back, hold back, go forward. As our charge motions, hold down, push up. So that's like the backbone of fighting games, essentially, with motion inputs being into a lot of them. But as of recently, a lot of fighting games have been getting rid of motion inputs to make it easier for newer players to get in, which people don't have a problem with for the most part. But what we've been asking for in a lot of fighting games was to have the option to have both. Have the option so that simple inputs exist, so that players that don't know how to do motions and feel discouraged to play fighting games don't have to do motions, but also include them for people who enjoy motion inputs, which a lot of veteran fighting game players do. I'm one. I've gotten into fighting games, and I've learned motion inputs back in middle school, high school, when I got into them. So we just been pushing for it because a lot of games just like straight up just gotten rid of them. Like they don't offer them. Like this game, Invincible originally didn't offer it at all. 2SKO is one that doesn't offer it at all. There's a few others. They're just straight up simple inputs. But now this one is offering both. Marvel Tokon's offering both.
We depict that in a way
It's good,
that the
good,
player
good,
is
good.
going to pick up on very quick, while also channeling his personality through and through. And I think with Rex, we kind of noticed that the reveal trailer for him was very well received, and I think for good reason, because he's just such a different character, right? There's something about him that you just get, you love to hate him and you hate to love him.
He's an asshole,
He's a
but
dick.
he's our asshole.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He's got heart.
Exactly.
If I can talk about animation just really quick too about him. So like in animation we tend to think of like you kind of bring it down to its base essence of who a character is, you know? And if you think about Battle Beast, he's very staid. He knows he's going to destroy anybody. He's just looking for the best battle. He doesn't need to overextend himself, and so his energy is very centered. It's very calm. It's very relaxed. And Rex is the exact opposite. So we want at a glance, like if you think about an energy, Beast is very low energy, ready to just wreck at any second. Where Rex is very much more energetic, and so just at a glance, you're just going to get a sense of that energy between those two characters. And that's what we think about all of our characters, like intensely thinking like at a base level, what is their energy and how do we convey that?
No, yeah, without a doubt. And I think, obviously, Rex for me is the first fighting game character I've ever designed. So if you guys hit me up on Twitter,
see, that's what my
Great
thumbs
job.
stop working.
if you guys
Most
hate it,
inputs aren't
don't
that
talk to me.
bad, man.
But I will say about
They're
it,
a bit easier
one of
than
the
you
things
probably
was,
would
in
expect.
the order that we built the characters, at least.
Right, that's why they have
there's a lot
simple
of
inputs so that
flying
you don't have
characters,
to
and this is a
worry
character
about
that's
doing
not
them.
a flyer character, so we kind of approached it in terms of how do you address his mobility to kind of hang with them, right? So one of the things I asked Dave immediately, I was like, can I give him a wall jump? He's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. And I was like, can I give him a run? He's like, yeah, sounds dope. I'm like, okay, off to the races, really. So that's kind of where he started, essentially, right? Because we knew he was going to be a projectile zoner because he does so much tossing and projectiles in general in the show. So outside of that, there was really amplifying the mobility, right? So he's got this flip move that gives him extra mobility in the air, plus the wall jump, plus the run. So he's got a lot of mobility that really keeps him in line with the flyer characters.
Personal question for you. I know we talked about it before, but having designed a character and then having it revealed to like some of the creators we brought in, and then just them discovering it that you made it, what was that moment like for you?
I honestly kept it secret from a lot of the creators. I didn't want them to know. But the cool thing was, we took it to Combo Breaker. I had Sonic Fox play for a minute and didn't tell him it was mine, but at the end it was like, Rex is the best, I love this character. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
We got some clips lined up for you to talk through. I don't know what order they're in, so just play them and kind of narrate.
Sure.
We can play the first one. Should be next.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the clips are about his mobility
See, I
options.
know my way around the path for
Pretty
fighting
sure
games,
we'll
but I hate
show
missing
his
out
run
on
options and
playing my
what's there.
faves because they have a
There we
sensitive
go.
input, so I always appreciate having both
That's his
options of the
forward
game
that
be
gives you extra
there
mobility, sends him forward to there,
to
you can
their
also
damage
back
drop.
after.
Yeah,
So just
I
like
think
that,
having both is
back
great
after
so that people
the
can play the
back
characters
after
they
the
enjoy.
ability.
I don't got no
So
problem
you have
learning
the
some though.
PvP,
I feel
so
like if you want to play a game at a high level, you got to be ready to dive into mechanics like that. Exactly. Easy for friends to play too. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that don't want to delve into fighting games that heavy. They just want to casually play them with me or within our group sometimes. So being able to just do it without even have to heavily worry about motion inputs, I think is a good option. Just look at how motion inputs. I feel like I saw moves in the move list, but never figured them out as a kid. I think Soul Calibur has a few. 3D fighters tend to not have that many motions though.
That was the running slide he had. And so out of the run, I was like, okay.
Because a lot of their times, their stuff is evolved around the movement of the game and how you move and approach people. While having like depth of combos and stuff too, but they tend to not. They tend to be pretty simple when it comes to their inputs.
Or was that a new experience for the roster you had so far, or?
Well, EVO already had some projectiles, right? So Rex wasn't the
My
first
brain just don't
zoner.
move my fingers in sync. Hey, that's how everybody starts off, man. I know that's how I was in the first playing.
Also, if you boost his projectiles, they can
My
stay on the
my
ground.
brain would think, or my
Technical
fingers
issues
couldn't
hadn't
keep
been
up.
implemented yet. So setting
But
up
now
traps
my
essentially,
fingers sometimes
was
act
something that
without
we
even like
developed
really
along the way.
thinking.
So the projectile system,
Yeah,
something
I
that
just
has
do it.
evolved as we develop the character.
For anyone who hasn't played Rex yet, anything you want to tell them before they choose Rex on the show floor?
throw a lot of projectiles, do some flips, jump off the wall, hit him with the running mix-up, boost the projectiles, and definitely taunt. Taunt is definitely best. He's got the only taunt that attacks.
Hey, Tokan got a damn hold on me. Waifu, you're at EVO?
Taunt, and it overkills, which is awesome.
Or you was talking about seeing it, watching it.
I like that person.
Yeah, so Kyle was more like directional inputs. It was more complicated in the 3D. Yeah, trying to do motion inputs in a 3D environment isn't that easy. Yes, sir. Wow, bruh. And it's the first year I don't go. I actually met some people that see my Zenless channel. They consume my content, and they met me at EVO last year. Funny enough. I played till I got my shit rock, but I'm hella copying it. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. It looks sick from the snippets of seeing people post. It looks real sick. Corey Kenshin was there. Wow. Corey hardly ever leaves the house. The only thing about this game, I don't love a lot of characters in Invincible, so I'm just mostly gonna be playing it because of the gameplay and not the characters.
So Bao, I think Beast is yours, but obviously Dan.
Ooh, the Jane! Somebody got the Jane Doe bomber jacket.
So same idea here. Talk us through building Battle Beast.
Oh my God. Battle Beast is such a badass. His, I think, when we started working on him,
somebody is
calling
me.
Because A, it's our first non-human character. And
That's
B,
me?
well, unless you consider Viltrum non-human.
Oh, for real?
Appearing. And B, I think the fact that he had a mace is also is something.
Oh, that was you for real?
And I think just in terms of how
that's crazy.
What you see in the show, which is obviously a very well designed version, and sort of make it feel organic and fluid with his
that
grace
was
and
lined
his
up
hair. There's a
perfectly.
lot to play around with, both in terms of the how we construct.
That's
the character
insane.
model,
That was
also
lined up
ultimately how
perfectly.
he's gonna animate.
Are they selling the jacket at EVO? Because I know they were there last year. They were selling the Star Rail jackets at EVO last year.
What I mentioned before. If you look at the versions, like the belt, for example.
I was hoping that it would come out with multiple jackets.
How's it gonna work for
I would love a bomber for freaking any other character. But not a bomber. I was hoping for a windbreaker.
As long as it makes sense, obviously, and it doesn't betray the character. And I think this
Stage.
is a different take on Beast. Obviously, there's a lot of similarities, but I think the motion that he has is so weighty, and the actual character design is so sort of massive and intimidating that I think for a lot of people he's gonna be your go-to, especially if you like larger characters. You're gonna gravitate towards Beast. And it was a pleasure working on him, and I hope.
I'm not sure when to take the pool. Oh, what you're competing in?
Real quick, you said the creators. You don't mean, our creators. You mean like literally the people who made the thing.
No, it's definitely God.
Yeah.
It's
Robert, Corey, Ryan.
He's around too. It's important to make a distinction that we work really close with Robert and team.
Everybody plays Tekken.
They're not like far off.
I'm not huge into Tekken, but I do play it. I do dabble in it a
A
little.
little bit about that process and like how that helps you make your decisions.
I think the biggest.
I think a jacket is just a Bella Block construction uniform. And the one Ben's wearing, the one Ben's wearing will be fire.
And they've been instrumental in defining our art style.
My motion inputs in Tekken be like.
Even now, I don't know if you guys know, but last week we had.
I can't for life me adjust to Street Fighter. I was playing Street Fighter for a minute. I'm really big into tag fighters.
Yeah.
So I play a lot of
Robert and Corey and Ryan were
Dragon Ball Fighters and
and that it's a different take on Beast.
I did get into Street Fighter.
So
I played them quite
for
a
us,
bit,
that
which
is a
funny enough,
advanced
your boy
skill
got
set,
accepted
but
into the
we know
Capcom
that
Creators
they're
Program.
gonna
So
chime in where it matters,
on my fighting
but
game
they're
channel, we're
gonna
gonna
let
start
us
playing a
do
little bit
our
more
thing
Street
because
Fighter
they,
again.
you know, ultimately it's a collaborative process.
When Sagat
and
drops, I'm gonna learn Sagat.
They feel like they can trust us with the IP, which is the biggest privilege that you can have as an artist and as a game dev.
Yeah, bro, I was surprised. Because I didn't sign up for that I haven't signed up for that program since before I started making Zenless content.
That is the biggest compliment.
Like I didn't sign for. I haven't signed up for that program since like 2023. And they just randomly emailed me. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, and invited me to the program. I was like, shit, okay.
Don, any animation stories you want to talk about with Beast?
The cool thing about
Propose
Beast
at
is
the
that he
Tekken
has
pool?
a mace. You know,
That's
we're
actually
making a melee
cute.
game and he's got a mace, and so it was not an option to like take out.
One of my
mace, right?
homie's
So it was
friends,
really cool, like, well, how are we gonna
she's
figure
a
this
streamer. Her
out?
name's Vera. She
And it was
recently
super
got
fun to
married,
work
and they
with.
did a fighting
Again, we're
game
super
wedding.
super collaborative.
Like
team,
for
so
like
it's
their
best idea wins. We talked about a lot
the little
about how
party
to
they
make
have
these,
like after the
work
wedding.
within this
They
game.
ran like fighting
And
game
as
tournaments. They
they
had
were
like
saying about,
setups and stuff for them to play like
you know,
different
and having
fighting games like
access
Mortal
to
Kombat,
Skybound,
Street
it's
Fighter,
like
Tekken,
they
all that.
understand about
That was pretty cool.
interpreting,
My
piece
friend
of
had
art into a
took
different
videos and
format.
showed us.
So like going from comic to show, it's not going to be the comic. It's going
No
to be something
cow, what
different.
Jay
And they're
take that
fighting guys, too, so
motherfucker
they
off?
understand interpreting
Crazy.
then the show and the comic into a fight game.
Crazy.
Like what that
Relax,
means. We need that
Misfit.
room
Relax.
to do what we need to do. And they've been great partners and always given us great advice. And again, Beast was he's just awesome, right? He was just a great character. He's just a cat who wants to kill you know, which is just awesome.
Like every cat.
Yes, like every cat.
But the other
Like,
day, my
he's
controller had
planet.
stopped working,
But he was
so
super
I
fun to work
bought
on.
a
And most of the
brand new
animators,
one.
he was one of our
It's
earlier
probably hard
characters
to
who worked
see.
on him, and so it was great for all of us to collaborate.
These are like cheap
and just
controllers
come
that
up
I
with
give to
an
play on my
awesome,
PC.
version of Battle Beast.
There you go.
All right, Matt, we're gonna play some clips. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I did want to add with regards to the
God.
collaboration aspect of it as well was they're also very involved in the gameplay side of things. So we take stuff from source material and we try to
They're
figure
like
out
really cheap
how
controllers that I get
translates into
on
gameplay.
Amazon. They're like 20
And that's
bucks.
not always really a one-to-one.
So this is why I end up playing
especially
Zenless and stuff with.
You know, a lot of stuff we draw from is like.
And I thought my old one messed up, but it didn't. I don't know what happened that day, so now I got an extra one. I'm trying to debate if I want to return it or just keep it just in case this one does mess
Okay,
up.
what does normals look like? You know, what are the specials going to look like? So sometimes we do take some creative liberties, but at the same time, we actually actively work with the creators. Say, hey, does this make sense? Can we push some boundaries? Can we
Oh
try
shit, I forgot
something
somebody
new?
called me.
And
Give me
it's
1
been-
second. I'll
it's
be
been an
right
awesome
back.
experience, 'cause for the most part, at first they were a little worried. They're like, I don't know. But then once they saw it in game, they're like, holy shit, that works. Cool. And then we started building the rapport. But we always have, like we mentioned, this very collaborative spirit. There's a lot of back and forth. So if there's ever any time like we go too far, like, you know, Battle Beast blowing bubbles or something like that, they're like, I don't know, that might not fly or something like that. But for the most part, it's been a great process.
Thankfully, that never happened.
No. Well, let's look at some gameplay.
Cool.
I think we have 3, so let's start with the first one. Just talk me through this.
So that's Battle Beast. He's holding his mace. He's looking very sternly. Yep. So that's the Super 1. One of the greatest moves in the game. It has a lot of armor right off the
Oh,
bat.
all right,
Flies through a
waifu.
lot
Have
of
a
other
good one.
attacks.
Enjoy
It's
EVO.
great to call
Get
it
lots of
Beast's finger.
souvenirs. Get a fight stick if you haven't. You'll love it. Or a
And the same
hitbox.
thing, that's his boosted special too. His special two normally travels forward and does a double
yeah,
boost.
just have a good
The
time.
boosted version hits multiple times.
I wish I could make it to EVO this year, but I'm definitely going next year. I don't want to miss another one.
Capcom, Sentinel Pan, and Hagar Pipe, definite inspirations for Beast jumping down heavy. So if you ever have any questions, do that move.
Big fans of the mayor
Oh,
of
yeah.
Metro City.
Oh yeah, we love the mayor.
You mentioned he has armor. We showed that. I want to talk a little bit about the armor.
Yeah, so one of the things we wanted to get across with Beast is he wasn't a mindless combatant. He wasn't just berserking through stuff. He was very technical in the way he fought. And he has technique and stuff. So we wanted to get that across with some of his moves. So with Special 1, he actually does like a parry. And we got that across by, applying armor during the first portion of that move. And then he counterattacks and such too. But we also want to get across that he's pretty much an unstoppable force. So on that note, several of his specials actually include super armor during the first portions of the boosted versions of the moves too. So it's a big part of his kit. So I remember early on in development, people were saying like, is he really that good? I don't know about, you know, where he's going to fit in the roster and stuff. But once people really start to understand how powerful armor can be, like he quickly, you know, flew through the ranks as far as favorites and such goes.
And we're going to play him real soon. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll also play.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. And yes, everybody, we are heading to a quick break. But listen, there is more Invincible Versus on the way. So please stay tuned. We will be
That girl Persia.
That sizzle? That's
Look
the
at
soundtrack
Indica.
of Chipotle.
Hope you're well.
Literally melt in your mouth tender.
What's this? Is this Chipotle?
Listening, our fajita sizzling. It's magic happening. And this is gonna be in your bowl. This is it.
Some Chipotle would probably be fire. I was just about to ask if you watching EVO. Yeah, watching EVO. I supposed to be playing the game, but I'm low key lazy, tired as crap right now, so I'm low key chilling.
I want PlayStation, go to EVO and battle against Sonic Fox.
I have never seen that in my life.
To compete on PS5, choose your game, find PlayStation tournaments, and register. It's that easy. Sign up for PlayStation tournaments for opportunities to win unique prizes and much more.
Yeah, bro, she's like, this is our vibe for real, yeah. I actually like them.
Night driving lenses in the dark. Zenny has
I just can't get too chill or I'm gonna fall asleep.
Get 10% off at zenny.com.
I would definitely fall asleep if I get too chill. I want to work with a controller brand or something. That's the next thing we gotta work for. The sad man they can visit will understand. God, that's hilarious.
Tenno is back with brand new, officially licensed designs by the FGC for the FGC. Our vendor booth will be open across all 3 event days, and if you won't be at EVO in person, the full range of products will be available online at merch.10-o.gg. That is merch.10-o.gg.
Oh, the Bamboo TFT is here?
Welcome back, everybody. We still have so much more to talk about with Invincible Versus. Obviously, we've already talked about a bunch. We've seen a lot, but how about we play? Let's go ahead and kick it back to the panel.
All right, we're going to play real soon, but first, a quick shout out to a friend of ours. Next slide. This is all you, Mike, whenever you're ready.
Oh, it's all me?
Oh, okay. Hey, go back. Oh, that was the one.
Oh my God.
That's the one.
So we're really excited to be partnering with Voodoo Ranger. I myself am a huge fan of Juice Force IPA. So both here at EVO, but also next year. So in 2026, we're going to have a limited edition brew, an Invincible Versus beer that's going to be available nationwide.
Hey. All right, let's get some matches going. Mike, Rick, you're up. But first, we have a special commentator guest. Vicious, please join us on the stage.
We love you, Vicious.
What is going on, everybody? You guys are getting some really exclusive big-time gameplay for Invincible Versus. We got Rip going up against Mike. This one is going to be an absolute
Beer so dirty, though. I'm not a beer drinker at all. I got a little bit of alcohol here and there, but most of the time I barely drink alcohol. Yes, the Fufu yellow side quest with a villain. Got you. We might have to freaking play Zenless tomorrow when I got more energy. But I thought it was good to stream, but we might need to end stream to freaking take a nap.
Rip actually has a lot of technical movement that he actually utilizes.
I'm still out just for a little bit longer.
He catches people off guard a lot with. On the flip side of things, though, Mike is really, really good at his technical defensive capabilities that always catches people off guard.
Do you like to drink? Only with friends. I'm a social indulger. When it comes to being intoxicated, I am a social indulger. So I'll do it with like friends and stuff. Bro, was it last night they kept you up? Bro, it's the past few nights.
I'm loving it.
I've been, so you guys will see it soon. Hopefully either tomorrow or Sunday. I've been staying up late nights trying to finish the Alice video. I've been working on content for my second channel. I've been working. I've been doing like freaking commissions and stuff to make some extra money. I've been doing a lot. It's been a lot.
That's kind of raw, man.
Mike, I thought you were good at this game.
He said something. I should give him a microphone eventually, but this is looking kind of too raw for TV, honestly.
So normally, like lately, after I've been getting off work every day, this week has been just either the gym or a nap then gym. Like I normally meal prep and stuff this week, and I've just been like so tired that I haven't even like cooked anything this week.
Zoning characters, but the way they play is completely different.
And then I have allergies, and my allergies start kicking in, so like that's been draining me.
Oh, beating up the armor. Hold on. One of my favorite ults in the game, just because I want to be able to say, "Read fast, dickhead." Easily one of the best ultis ever in Final Fantasy.
Little known fact, there's actually an alt take for that line that says, "Here's 7 golden letters for you."
Ooh, that's actually good. I didn't know about that. We got the heroic strike. Great thing to use if you're under pressure, by the way. If you're in block stun, if you don't have an assist to back you up, that heroic strike pretty much gets you out of pressure just like that. Mike, standing on his last character, he doesn't have an assist to help him out here. So I do believe that's going to be a really critical part of staying alive. He does have one bar to him, but it's still going to be...
Well, I also got that Demon Slayer game early. I think I mentioned that earlier. So I've been playing that. I've been a little burnt out on Zenless Zone. I've been trying to like mitigate it just a little bit, so you guys don't really feel it in the content too much. Because I do want to make sure that I'm rejuvenated by the time Seed and Orphe come out, so I'm like super into it.
Great job at actually locking down his mobility options as well.
The idea the overhead actually interrupted immediately from explode. You tried to go in with not gonna be quite it either. Yes, sir. Bring him in. We get that continuation. Slam him back down. What's the finisher? Yes, sir. Again.
Good night.
The level 1, you tried to get greedy, and I appreciate that. Give me the armor again. Rip taking it down limb after limb against Mike Willett. Gaining 1 to Rip. Don't let him do this to you, Mike. I feel like I gotta get up to him a little bit and kind of get his thoughts. What do you guys think? I think that's proper. Hey man, what the hell happened out there, bro?
I got washed.
That was pretty humble, actually. I'm quite surprised that he just kind of went out there.
I got mental guard break.
That's fair. As guys would say, at first you gotta get washed if you're trying to get clean, right? I think it'll be just fine. 2 out of 3, folks. Still running it with the same exact squad, I do believe, from Mike. Thula will start off. I do like Thula as a point character, mainly because her range is pretty impactful against a lot of the cast, but also she doesn't really need tricks.
I can't do that. I pay for the in-night membership. I did too. I try to make sure I at least log in every day, even if I don't do my dailies and stuff, but sometimes I can't even do that.
Rip actually thought the exact same thing. Heroic strike, active
Or freak my little fun shit. Nobody can really hate her. Hell that. I'm super excited for Siege to, even after like we know about like a little bit about how his gameplay is gonna be, what their gameplay is gonna be. I'm actually still really interested.
Trying to get an active attack as a continuation. Super is gonna whiff from the side of Thula. Get off of me, the big assist breaker. And you're immediately waking up with armor? This guy Rip is out for his head. Hold on, Super 1. Give me the line one. Excuse me? 2 weeks to live. He's giving you a deadline? No, 2 weeks to live is what it is. Let me see it. Give me that strawberry jam. Uncrustables, that's what I'm talking about.
Rip, I don't know if you know this, but that's your boss.
Hey, Rip, you're fired. I don't make the rules. If you win, you're actually on me. You gotta go for it. It'll be hard to punish. I like the idea of the heroic strike. It's not gonna be like quite a punish nor a lot of damage, but it's still fine. Still exposed in a row. Bring it back down to earth. Battle Beast just came to say hello. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are different types of assists in this game, by the way. You'll see certain actions as the character comes in. So that is guided by like what direction you press as you press the assist button on top of it. So that's the anti-air assist we just saw from the tag in Battle Beast. What it seems to do. And I love the battle damage in this game. Everybody's kind of bloodied up. Their costumes kind of torn and tattered. It's a really, really nice addition to the game. To get that balance. He missed the down heavy towards the end of that forward special. Looks kind of low. Are you going to keep Rex mode in? You're welcome.
That's what I'm kind of at, Ace. Like, I've finished doing, like, my content creator server stuff. I still have to do, like, one more video to give you guys, like, my impressions before he released. But other than that, I've been needing to take a decent break from Zenless. Well, hopefully I'll be done by Tuesday.
On top of that, tagging out is actually the fastest way to recover your boost meter as well.
That's right. That's absolutely right. That boost meter, the 3 yellow bars right below the life bar. Well,
But at bare minimum, we'll be ready by the time 2.2 releases.
But for Mike, technically, but we do got that overkill coming on in there. One of the cooler things in the game, if you happen to finish off your opponent with a special move, you dismember like the entire body most of the time. It's actually really sick.
I like some of these colors.
More accurate to the show, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we tried to recreate
bulletproof.
that first episode where everything's going along nicely, and then suddenly everything goes to shit.
Real quickly too, with no breaks, by the way. It is just non-stop sometimes.
It's just brains everywhere. It's great.
All right, running it back. I think it's going to be the same squad for Rip of the Mouse Satan. I saw Invincible, Battle Beast, and yes, Rex Throne as the anchor. On the other side with Mark.
So yeah, 34 days. 34 days? Really?
Tula as the anchor this time. Now, we haven't actually had a lot of time to talk about Adam Eve just yet. We won't get to still. Tula is going to be running doing the work. A little delayed on the down heavy. A lot of the down heavies in this game, I think with all the characters, that is the launcher. They're mine. A little bit of an eye on the approach. We do got the grab into the active tag, really slick stuff. Mike was saving it for nationals, I get it. All right, give me that drill. Yes, sir. Damn. That's a lot of blood, man.
Bro, completely dismantled.
Of course. That's a lot of strawberry jam. The invisible punch, not going to connect into the assist, hence missing the super. That's a record string, heroic strike.
Oh, kind of combo. Oh, there you go.
Seemed as if it was still at his turn. Ooh, pick up. I like that. The overhead coming in for Mark is just so dangerous. He can strike pretty darn well both on the ground,
oh my
in the
God.
air, high and low. That leads into fat damage. Dude, Chicago is getting murked on this stage. Where's the Pilgrim Mode at? It's already destroyed in the far left.
If you look closer, there's actually a hot dog cart that goes flying in the background.
Yeah. I don't know there it is. PM is not going to just be for Burger Mart soon. I think Rip might go for something extra PM with one of the taunts. Who knows?
If he can pull that off this match, I will give him a raise.
Let me see, bro.
Alright, you get the promotion too? That's kind of wild. No tagging in between the super. I like that. We got the ground bound. Dropping out of the combo. Way too many hits. That's the thing here in this game as well. If your combo continues to just a tad too long, the opponent will bounce out of it.
That's why it's important to active tag. Reduces the combo meter each time.
That's right. or being able to use like boosted specials in between, really
Supers are free.
helps to extend your combos and the damage potential, right? A little bit of a standoff, bulletproof. Does get the big opener. Here comes Mike with a launch. I like that. A nice safe string into Super 1. Are you going to act attack? No, we're going to let him flop. All right. I like that idea. No way the raw uppercut. Yo, give me that level 3. Let me see it. Do it again.
Yeah, you like this?
That's crazy. That was kind of like unnecessary reference. 2 boosted specials into an ulti?
He wants you to feel it.
Damn. Raw. And raw. That was actually insane looking. General strike. No uppercut on the way down. Actually, it was a counter hit throw. Luckily enough. Oh, no way. Does that have invincibility? We thought it did. It definitely didn't. That's Mike taking it down over Rip. Rip gets to keep his job. That's crazy. Another round of applause for the devs.
Go.
Showing some really, really cool stuff. Not only with just the characters.
Not even gonna lie, y'all.
And also the really
We might have
cool
to end
elements
stream.
that's expected from
Cause I'm over here just fighting myself to try to stay up. I'm not like able like to pay attention. I might need to take this nap, bro. It's kicking my ass.
Do this real quick. Let me just Jesus. I think you need to see it. You're getting old.
You just gotta lose a couple times, and then my nerves are like, there's nothing, it's dead.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I ain't got no yap combos, bro.
By the way, I thought Mike was on the ropes a couple of times, actually, or at least a lot of the times.
Take your nap on stream for content. Well, funny enough, do you guys care to watch this?
I only do first to 20
Cause I could nap, leave the stream up, and come back when the Tocon panel starts.
Right, we definitely love that old school. But I do want to ask, there were a couple of times where I've seen like a mechanic where a character would switch in, like an active stack thing, you see another character fly on him, but then you see the character kind of to try to counter that.
To be honest now, nah, not really.
That's right.
If you see someone act attacking him, right, during a combo, you have an opportunity to break that. But the person who's act attacking him, they're going to come in either a light attack or a heavy attack and throw off your timing. He called it out. Happy birthday.
Oh, he might be dead in the dead. Look at the damage. There's a lot.
Yeah, we'll probably just run it back again tomorrow. We'll stream early tomorrow. We'll stream during the day. Instead of late night.
I like that going into Super 1. You call the assist. You get the act attack set. Trying to do the work.
That way I have most of my energy anyway.
Good job for her. She is fully healed in that episode. I'll tell you what.
Get him out of here, snap back.
Watch him pull the same thing tomorrow too. Nah, bro. I have to work tomorrow, so I could kind of sleep in. Stream, then go to the gym.
I'm so glad I got to say his ulti line. Honestly.
Oh, that was hot. Yeah, I'm jealous. I didn't get to go
I don't have any videos to work on. Well, at least Zenless videos. I got some fighting game stuff to do. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Oh my God, these nets!
But in this game, there are charged mediums and stuff. So you can do a charged medium on the ground, a charged up. You can get a couple state out of that. You saw there are different properties.
I gotta clean my desk off this weekend too, bro.
Charged medium attacks are very useful.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I noticed that there's a little bit of extended range even on the ground, and not even just for Thula.
But alright, y'all.
If she charges her buzzsaw,
We didn't do nothing today. It's all good. It happens. I don't know if anybody's streaming Zenless. I don't think so. Because they probably won't be streaming till late tonight. But he will not see me. Not this weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap and be back for the Marvel Tocon stuff. I might stream again after the nap. We'll see. If not, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll stream during the day. Probably around 1 p.m. EST. 1 p.m. 2 p.m. EST for a few hours. Some Zenless. Guys up on endgame and stuff. And then, yeah. But I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow or Sunday. Or if it's not tomorrow, it'll be Sunday. Before the week is over. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. Catch that 7 hour now. We'll see. Alright. Appreciate y'all.
Whoever decided to do that, by the way, hats off to you, genuinely. I never thought I'd see a drop that quick.
And with the new creator mode, you can turn that off so you don't get demonetized, Jeremy.
Yeah, you don't want to be demonetized in creator. That's beautiful. Wow. You see Zuna drop your own hat? That's crazy. We say hats off to this, though. And their last character, roll through. Ult on the back there, super on the back instead. Yo, and the stomp right on the grill. First game to bow. She's bleeding a lot.